Hi and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff Hall. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land of which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Julia messaged me, "Hey Tiff, what are your thoughts on people filming content in public gyms? As someone who films a lot of your workouts for your community, what do you think about it being done in a public space?" Yes, now I do film my workouts a lot, but I film them in my home. They're home workouts in my back garden. So occasionally I'll film myself exercising in a gym, but if I do, my friend will film me. No one else is around. No one else is in the background of the videos. And I make sure that the timing is right. Famously, a Melbourne gym owner has banned tripods and filming in his gyms. And he's got a lot of gyms in Melbourne. And I just applaud him. He said it's become an absolute circus where one day he walked into his gym and he nearly tripped over 7 tripods. And even at the gyms that I train at, and I train around at different gyms because I've got a lot of friends and I've got a lot of colleagues and things, and they say, come down, do a session. And I do. I love catching up with people. It's like very social for me. I can't believe how many drink bottles and they'll lean their phones up, and I'll just be trying to do a session. And all of a sudden I'm in the background of some influencer wearing tiny shorts that are all gathered up her bum crack, and she's doing squats right over the camera. And I'm in the back there trying to do my workout. And I think to myself, hey, for one, it's a privacy issue. Not everybody wants people to know when they're at the gym or what they're doing. This is actually a safety issue. And I personally get upset because I work in the media, in fitness. I don't want people knowing which gyms I frequent. I've had issues with stalkers and things like that in the past. I don't want to be in the back of your squat video, sweetheart. I really don't. And they're trip hazards as well. If I'm trying to train and do more of a drill kind of thing, I'm tripping over it. I'm working around it. I'm thinking, oh God, that guy's filming. I'll wait till I can get on that piece of equipment. And I really do think it should be a blanket rule across all gyms that if you want to film, then you either have to take it up with the gym owner and do it professionally, where you tag the gym, you have some kind of sponsorship deal, or you are doing it professionally. Like if I, Tiffany Hall, want to film in a gym, I have to approach the gym owner, tag them. There may be some other thing I might need to pay to use the space. I can't just film and upload it and just do whatever I like. Like people aren't even understanding how it works. And I am all about banning this. I think that you go to a gym to have some peace of mind, a sanctuary away from always being on your phone, people at you. You want to go to a gym and just kind of escape that. And then you're in the background of some person's video. And these influencers, I'm not an influencer. Please never call me an influencer. I'm a fitness expert. But these influencers without any qualifications are demonstrating bad technique, bad exercise selection, posting it, getting followers, promoting themselves as health gurus. And there's me in the background of their video. And I think, gosh, you should be paying me to be in that video. There's Tiffany all up the back trying to do some bicep curls. And I'm thinking, I don't want to be in your video. I do not endorse the horrible stuff that you just filmed. And it's not helping anybody. It really isn't helping anyone. We do not need these non-qualified influencer content out there. We don't need it. So ban it. Anyone who is an expert will have their own gym or their own space, or do it from home, or be professional about it and hire a space, or have relationships with gym owners where you can film out of hours or in quiet times at the gym where you're not interfering with other people. If I need to film, I will tell the gym owner and I will go at 11 o'clock when it's dead quiet and I will film there. But you don't need to do it at peak times. It's just crazy. And these influencers are really grinding my goat. We just don't need it. We just don't need it. Kyle reached out to me and said, Tiff, loving the pod. I'm trying really hard with my fitness at the moment. And I took your advice with the DEXA scan and trying to focus on this instead of the scales, but I'm confused. What body fat percentage should I ideally be sitting at? Okay, so ideally, the body fat percentage varies widely depending on several factors. So, your age, your sex, your genetics, your health goals. What's considered healthy can differ dramatically, and it might be optimal for athletic performance or aesthetic preferences. It's just so, oh. But look, there are general guidelines. So, I wanted to go through that today a little bit with you. So, for women, essential fat you need between 10 to 13%, but 10 to 13%, you're looking like a bodybuilder, like you're looking very lean. You're going to see the separation between the muscles. You're going to see really lean toned. It's very few people can get there, right? Unless you're dedicating your life to a certain way of eating and a certain way of training. Athletes sit between 14 and 20%. Fitness between 21 and 24%, which is where I think you should ideally aim to be. Healthy, 25 to 31%, and obesity is considered anything 32% and higher. So really, 21 to 31%, you've got a big range there. For men, essential fat, men can get a lot leaner. So bodybuilders, if you really want to see the lines in the muscles, that definition, the separation, 2 to 5%. Athletes, 6 to 13%. Fitness is 14 to 17%. Healthy, 18 to 24%. And obesity is 25% and higher there. Women, obviously, we carry more fat stores for childbearing and all of that stuff. So they're very different from men to women. If you're an athlete, lower body fat percentages might be more beneficial for performance. So that comes into play there, especially in sports where, excess body mass can hinder performance, or if it's a weight category sport like Taekwondo was for me. However, extremely low body fat percentages can be detrimental to health. So they can really impact your hormonal balance, your reproductive functions, and your overall energy levels. So you don't want to be really, really lean like a body. It's not about getting the lowest body fat percentage you possibly can. Okay. So I don't want you thinking that. For the general pop, you really want to maintain a body fat percentage that is within that healthy range, because either end of the spectrum can pose health risks such as increased metabolic syndromes at high percentages and hormonal disruptions at lower percentages. So you really do want to be sitting around that healthy 25% mark. Body fat distribution is very different for men and women. Like I said, we're also different. So you really do have to take that into consideration, especially women. And then there's genetic factors, which play a significant role. And it's really important that I mention this, because some people naturally settle at a higher or a lower body fat percentage than others. And no matter how much diet and how much exercise, they're just not going to get lower than that set point. And we all have a set point, and the body is trained to be at that set point. So you just can't push it lower than that sometimes. So measuring your body fat percentage is really, really good. The DEXA scan, fantastic. Skin fold measurements is also really good. I use that. I use the calipers. They're really good. I always love skin folds and the DEXA scans over weighing yourself. Professional guidance is also really helpful. So seeing a dietitian, a personal trainer, a fitness professional, someone who can guide you if your goal is to lower your body fat percentage. And I really love this language that you're using, Kyle, that you're saying you want to lower your body fat percentage. You don't want to just lose weight, that you're having DEXA scans, that you're going about this in such a healthy way, and it's very specific, and you are going to get the goals there because you are able to measure it so carefully. You're not just weighing yourself and losing the plot because you've put on a kilo of water weight or something, So keep going with the DEXA scan. Use the skin folds. Now I've gone through what weight percentages, what fat loss percentages you should be at. You've got a bit of a range and a bit of a goal there, and it should help you absolutely get there. You will, and make sure you let me know how you go. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_XO and let me know what questions you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.